Welcome to Law and Life, the Levoritz Approach.
Hello there, and welcome back to Law and Life, the Levoritz Approach with attorney Yoni Levoritz. Yoni is the founder of Levoritz Law Firm and is recognized for his exceptional skill in family law, his compassionate manner, and his commitment to achieving favorable outcomes for his clients. I am your host, Kevin Rosenquist, and today's episode, we're talking about protecting your privacy and evidence in a digital world. Yoni, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Kevin.
So obviously things have changed a lot since you started your career. How has digital privacy become more of a concern during divorce?
Everything is intertwined in terms of digital privacy and protecting evidence. It's an extremely fascinating topic because what you deal with is sometimes, for example, families will have an iCloud account, or they'll have a shared Google account. You can't go ahead and have people having access to your private information, especially when dealing with attorneys, or especially when collecting your evidence. You don't want it deleted, and you don't want it bleeding, meaning going from one device to another device, to your child's iPad, to your child's laptop, to other places. You want to be able to hide things and keep them securely. Okay? So what we try and do is we tell people all the time, open new accounts, get new computers, go to things like Proton Mail, which is a very secure mail service, deactivate any family sharing plans, okay? Deactivate anything where you have double authentication where it goes through other people's phones or other people's numbers. Make sure everything is routed to you personally.
What are some of the most common mistakes you see people make during a separation or divorce as it pertains to digital privacy?
Most common mistake is the iPhone bleed. You know, you have it on your iPhone, it goes to your laptop, it goes to your desktop, it goes to the cloud. Everybody sees it, everybody knows it. Your husband sees it, your wife sees it, the children see it. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I never thought about that. It's like bleed. That's a good way to put it. That's a good term for it. It does bleed over into other, like you do. I'm a Android Google guy, so all my stuff is connected in that respect. So yeah, I could see that being an issue.
It bleeds over, and you got to be very careful. That's why a new computer.
Can spouses legally monitor each other's emails, texts, social media accounts? Is there a legal line there?
If they have the passwords, why not?
Okay. So if they have the ability to get in there, it's not considered anything bad by the court.
Well, I mean, they've been given access.
Yeah.
Whether it's implied or whether it's express, they've been given access by the other party. Even if you just don't password protect anything, you're basically saying, come to my file cabinet and look through it.
Yeah, that's funny. I guess you don't think about that, I suppose, because there's all these other issues going on, you know, when you're going towards a path of divorce that you probably just don't, that doesn't pop in your head, does it?
No, you don't save pictures properly either. You got to download your pictures. You got to hold them someplace safe. That's why we start off with new computers.
You start with new computers, yeah.
New computers, new accounts, different providers.
What about smart home devices, cameras, that kind of stuff? Are those used in ways that raise legal red flags during divorce?
Sure, especially in domestic violence cases.
Yeah.
You know, you're caught kicking the dog. That's a problem for an order of protection. You're caught, on tape saying, yeah, let me go ahead and move that money around. You're in a lot of trouble.
My mind didn't go there, but that's a good point.
Yes, it happens. We've done it. We've seen it.
So when it goes to family court, how is this digital evidence handled? Can it, do people try to get things, taken off or what's the term I'm looking for? Thrown out? Do they try to get stuff thrown out? Does it become a big battle with this digital property?
Absolutely, yes. That's why we have forensic experts that deal with authentication.
How does that, tell me about that. I'm curious.
Well, I'll give you one example. Text messages. They could download and authenticate everything on your phone.
A forensic expert can.
Yep. They can even retrieve what's been deleted.
That's terrifying.
But it happens.
Have you found yourself on both sides of that, where you're defending the person who, maybe has the bad text, the bad evidence on their phone, and others, also people looking for that bad evidence?
Sure, that's how we try and poke holes in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And what are the most common strategies for poking holes?
Going back to your forensic expert. Your forensic expert is there to help you navigate these things. I'm not a tech expert, but I know who to call when I need it.
Yeah. Outsource it.
You have no choice but to. You're not the expert.
Right.
You can't testify.
Right.
You can't be a lawyer and a witness.
True. Very true. What are some proactive steps someone should take before or during a divorce to make sure their digital life is protected and their privacy is respected? Now, aside from what you've already mentioned about getting new computers.
There's not much they could do once the information is out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you really have to be proactive with these things and say, hey, my marriage is souring. What am I going to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is cut off everybody to the iCloud. And I'm going to cut off everybody to the Google Cloud. And I'm going to cut off everybody to these things. I'm going to put in two-factor authentication only to my phone.
Is this something that, a lot of people aren't very, very techie, and some people are amazingly techie. I mean, I suppose it favors the techie. So if you're not good at this sort of stuff, it probably is something that can really come to bite you later, huh?
That's why people bring their devices into the office. We help people with these things. We help stop these issues from creeping into bigger and worse issues.
So you actually sit down with your clients and help them do, fix this digital footprint or digital security?
Me personally, no. Okay, but there are people in the office to do that.
Not your area of expertise.
No.
How often does some of this digital, this digital evidence come into play these days in family court cases?
Very frequently.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, obviously text messages make sense. If you're texting back and forth and there's violence or there's threat of violence or any of that stuff, that seems obvious and all that. What are some of the other mistakes that you see people make via, for communication wise?
Communication wise, they don't take into account the fact that everything's being recorded. People record everything. Phone calls are very easily recorded.
I know it varies by state. In New York, are you allowed to record a conversation?
As long as you're a part of it, yes.
Okay, so you don't need permission to record?
Nope.
Okay.
So it's a very hot button topic.
I would say so, yeah. I would definitely say so. And when it comes to, I would imagine when it comes to any sort of home security, it's the same, huh?
Sure. I mean, when those cameras are recording, they're there. You hit your daughter anyway.
Is there anything else that you would recommend for anyone listening as far as protecting their digital privacy?
If you know there's a camera there, don't do it. Refrain.
Like, you know what? Sometimes the simplest approach is always the best, right?
You just got to keep your calm and cool.
Yeah. Keep your head straight. Mm-hmm.
Keep your head straight. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for tuning into Law and Life, the Levoritz Approach. Divorce today involves more than just paperwork. It demands protecting your digital footprint. Being informed is your best defense. So for more insights, subscribe, leave a review, check out our previous episodes, and contact Yoni or learn more at LevoritzLaw.com. Yoni, always great to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kevin. Good being here.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.